Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day. This is the Champion Spotlight featuring 6 AM. The time is 6 AM. We're looking at Renata Glasc today. She is the new champion that is coming out. Supposed to be a support, it would seem. We've got footage of her gameplay, we've got her entire ability breakdown, and we're going to show you what exactly she's doing today, and it's kind of wild. Before we get into things though, I will ask that if you find this remotely helpful, or if you think I look like a cool boy, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like, and check out our merch line, our store, clothing line, because we have a whole range of Arcana shirts for like tarot cards that are being restocked this Friday, and also we just released the Hermit and the Lover, both super cool. Pick one up. But regardless, that's all the showing I'll do. So let's get into Renata Glasc and what exactly she does. So, Renata Glasc is, I'm gonna say it, dude. I think she sounds kind of overpowered. Her passive is called Leverage. Renata Glasc's basic attacks mark her enemies and deal bonus damage. Damage from Renata's allies consume the mark, dealing additional damage. So consider this her having Imperial Mandate, but twice. That's all there is to it, really. It's Imperial Mandate again. I'll mention because it is important, and that like I have been flamed for this before, even though it's not my fault. But I will have the ability descriptions in the description. It will not be on screen for you because there has been times in the past where the ability descriptions are wrong because Riot sent them to me wrong. And just so you know, this is all sent directly from Riot. Like, this is obviously like they've let me reveal this champion, but they have screwed up in the past, and people think it's my fault that I'm an idiot. So me putting it in the description, there is no numbers. I have no idea what the numbers are until she comes out on PBE. But if anything does change, I will change it down below. So her Q is called Handshake. Renata Glasc sends out a missile from her robotic arm that roots the first enemy hit. She can then reactivate the ability to throw the enemy in a target direction, damaging enemies hit and stunning them if the thrown target is a champion. This is like super, like, it's bizarre, but like it's almost like reverse Blitzcrank hook, I suppose, like in a way. Like it's like similar to Swain's passive as well. Whenever somebody CCs them, he can like pull them inwards, except you can push them outwards, I suppose. Bizarre. I'm not gonna lie to you, like super bizarre. This champion like is looking like, bro, mega strong. Like I can't pretend, like she looking. From what I can tell as well, I think I'm pretty sure she's supposed to be a support. Her abilities scream, obviously dual lane. That being said, dude, who knows? You could probably play her like top lane, like people are playing like Yumi top right now, and then just like have somebody funnel win. If it works, it works. Like honestly, we're back to top funnel strats. What can you do? So her W is called Bailout, and you're gonna need to hold on to your hat for this one because this one's insane. Renata Glasc grants an allied champion or herself ramping attack speed and movement speed towards enemies. If the enemy gets a takedown on an enemy champion, the buff duration resets. If the ally would die whilst Bailout is still active, their health is set back to full, but they begin burning to death over 3 seconds. The ally can stop the burn by getting a champion takedown before they die, which means that they will live and not die if they can kill somebody within 3 seconds of this. So Chemtech Soul is gone. Someone somewhere knew that Chemtech Soul existed and was in the game, and they designed this ability. This ability is quite truly insane. I guess it's kind of cool, but all those 2v2s bot lane where like you're so close to dying and like one hit could make a difference. This is going to make a difference. Like it reminds me of Nunu's Blood Boil, like old Nunu, like the original Nunu. His W used to be called Blood Boil, and it just gave like himself and also his ally like a big amount of movement speed and attack speed. But this is like just absolutely crazy to me. The footage that's being shown on screen is a little bit weird because it doesn't actually show HP, so it kind of might be a little bit hard to tell exactly what's happening. So it seems like when there's one vial of like purple goo floating around Jinx, that's when the buff is just up and active and doing its thing. And then afterwards, like when she dies, the 3 vials start floating around her head, and then like that's when you know like Jinx is dead. And then once she gets that kill, I guess they just disappear. I'm not really sure, but like it seems like it's basically like a Zillion revive in a way, except you don't have to wait for the person to come back to life. In a way, I guess it's not really, because the person could still die, but it's not like you die first and then have to wait for a cooldown to come back to life. Like you get hit, you die, but your character just goes straight back to full and just keeps fighting for the next 3 seconds, like at least. So, very spooky ability, I gotta say. Very spooky ability, bro. I don't know about that one. I think this is gonna be an ability that like causes a lot of I mean, listen, I'm gonna play it and it's probably gonna be weird. I've already got plans for full team squads of this. Like, what are we looking at? Like Sion top lane, Zillion mid, Karthus jungle, ADC Akshan. Dude, who's dying on that team? Like, I mean, they might die, but they'll get brought back to life super quickly. So E, Renata Glasc's E is called Loyalty Program. So she sends out a Chemtech rocket that shields allies and then damages and slows enemies that they pass through. The rockets also apply their effects around her on cast and an explosion at max range. So just like looking at this ability, doesn't look like, it depends what the numbers are. Like this is a big issue with like not being able to see like health bars when we get this footage. It doesn't look like the missiles are that fast. It doesn't look like it's that crazy. It depends, and it entirely depends on the shield numbers, I will say. So I wouldn't get too excited about this ability just yet. Like vaguely reminiscent, like with the ability, like it blasts around you. The range on the max AoE, if you hit it, if you charge it to like full like range, doesn't look very big, I will say. So there's a solid chance it might be a little bit tough to really get on a big number of people. Depends, the range could be much bigger than it looks, or that might be like, you know, I mean, based on the footage, I assume that they would charge it, but that I've only got 1 4-second clip of this ability being fired out, and I have no idea if that's it at max range, because she does do an explosion around her. But the range doesn't look too massive. The AoE range around Renata herself doesn't look too massive. It entirely depends on the shields, or I mean, even the damage dealt. I mean, let's be honest, doesn't seem like a champion that you really have to do damage on, because you can just make your carries live again and again and again. But listen, honestly, based on the power on her E, and also we'll see her ultimate, we can assume that this is just like them trying to balance out like where the power is going, because her ulti, I have like, it's interesting, and I've not really seen anything ever like this in League of Legends. I've seen it in bug videos, but nothing like it properly. So let's get into her ultimate. Her ultimate is called Hostile Takeover. Now this is an insane ability. Basically, she sends out a cloud of chemicals that cause all enemies to go absolutely berserk. It increases the enemy's attack speed, and it forces them to basic attack anything around them. Berserk enemies prioritize, first of all, attacking their own allies first, then neutral units, then Renata Glasc's team, and then finally they'll prioritize attacking Renata herself. Like you can see in the footage that like you bash this into, it's like a big, huge, like really wide Seraphine ulti, and it is like really long. It is really long. I mean, it looks really long. It hitting from like slightly back on mid bot, like the middle of bot, and it seems to like last almost up to the tower, just based off the footage that I've gotten here. That is very, very long, and also like if that, I mean, like granted, I know it's only like 2 seconds of like hitting their allies, but like hitting a big ulti of this seems insanity, because like not only will it like maybe, I don't even know if it does damage, by the way. Like I genuinely have no idea if it even damages the enemy team. but I mean, based on the power of it, like, you could argue that it probably shouldn't, but you're gonna have, like, if you can get a multi-man of this onto, like, 80 carry, or let's say even, like, I don't know, like a Master Yi or something, like, crazy, like, any like, actual auto-attack heavy champion, it's going to devastate a team. It is really, truly gonna devastate. Or, like, at late game, hitting an enemy ADC when it's later on in the game, if they're playing, like, I don't know, Vayne, or they're playing, like, Caitlyn, or they're playing, like, any champion that, like, can, like, dink a support, and they're dinking their own support, it's gonna be absolutely bonkers. Like, that, I have no idea what to expect about this this champion, about these abilities, but some of these abilities are like, they're getting me sweating, is what they're doing. So that is all of Renata's abilities. There's some thoughts on them. Please let me know down below what you think about the champion. And I mean, like, listen, we won't know until we try. Once she comes out on the public beta environment, you'll be the first to see some stuff here. So, like, yeah, I'll stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. You'll be seeing some Renata Glasc whenever she hits PBE. I have no idea when. It could be possibly sometime this week, possibly next week or something, who knows. But you'll be the first to know when I get footage up on here. So hit the notification bell, subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, and also check out the clothing store, because I would really appreciate that. It is now 7 AM, and I've got to get this up for the embargo, get it edited. Woohoo! So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Take care. See you later.